think I'm gonna do that this morning so far. Then I'll switch to the other stuff. Good morning, everybody. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna switch to hey Russ, good morning. So folks don't get distracted and forget about the fact that we still don't have those files. Hey Russ, good morning to you. Good morning. Yeah, I told you guys it's Friday. I said I would, get on here earlier. Look, I wanted to get on here like closer to 7 than 8, but I was digging and reading, because of course there's something always happening, or has happened, but because there's so much news happening all over the place, it can be difficult to keep up with all of it. So a lot of times I'll wake up first thing in the morning and go ahead and do some more, digging and looking. So I'm looking to see what's happening. And I know you guys saw yesterday. Let me stop for a second. Hey, 305. Hey, Mikey. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good Friday morning. Hey, 305. It is morning. It is Friday morning, and I'm so glad. That and the Beyonce Levi's collection is out. Okay. I might just have to head over to Levi's. Go over to the outlet and see what they got going on. Thank you so much for that. Good morning. So I'm looking here to tell you guys what's happening. So in DC, just so you know, in DC, Trump is using the feds to essentially fuck with people. That's what he's doing. Oh, you buying some Levi's too? Mikey, I'm of the mindset that Levi's has the best still denim jeans around in America. As far as American manufacturing, best jeans ever, Levi's. Because they're durable. You can wear them for a long time. It takes a lot to tear them up, frankly. I don't have not one pair of Levi's that I own that I still can't wear. Because nothing's that bad that I can't wear. And quiet as kept, the more worn they become, the better they fit. Because they're kind of rigid in the beginning, but the more you wear them, the more they get comfortable, the more you break them in, the better the jeans they are. So, and at the outlet, you can catch good sales. So, but just so y'all know, for DC doesn't have any crazy exorbitant crime, not any more than anywhere else. Understand that. For most of us, if we don't hang out in DC, this due to parking enforcement. It's not due to crime. Okay? It's parking enforcement. The most crime that happens in DC happens on Capitol Hill and happens at the White House. That's just, But I find it interesting that now Trump is attacking the homeless. Most people don't pay attention to the fact that a lot of the homeless population in DC are veterans. They're veterans. They actually sacrificed their life for their country. And their country kind of left them, their country left them hanging. I know when I was growing up, a huge concentration of the homeless were veterans. They were veterans that either suffered from different medical situations. A lot of times it was mental things, but they didn't get the help that they needed. And quiet as kept, they still ain't all getting the help that they need. That's just, I'm gonna keep it a whole buck with you. Brandy, I get it that waking up every day in this America run by conservatives can be enough to make you wake up and be angry. But I would say wake up with a purpose. Wake up thinking about a strategy, a way to change and take back your country. Because ultimately that's what it is. And it's taking it back from oligarchs. It's taking it back from oligarchs. Because they're also using religion to indoctrinate folks and get folks to acquiesce and just not fight back. That's why they love to infuse religion into stuff. that cracks me up though, because Trump is not religious. Donald Trump is not religious. So we need to be clear and honest about that. Trump is not a religious man. He's a man that loves power, but he's not religious. I got to keep my one safe alone in military. I understand. You just got to be smart about it. You know what I mean? That's what I would tell everybody in this situation. With fighting against these types of people, you have to be strategic. Because they're strategic. Even in their messiness, they're still strategic. Good morning, Maji. So they're still strategic. Let me stop for a second and say good Friday morning. We have made it to the end of the week. I'm so excited. I can't speak for y'all, but I'm excited that it is Friday. So I first want to say welcome everybody. Happy Friday. I thank you so much for being here. I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things because you know I don't ask you to do much, but I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. One, tap that like button. It helps me out with my lives. Two, select the copy link button. You don't even have to send it to anybody. It counts as a share for me. So I'm glad that you think Trump is still winning, Donna. I wonder how your husband feels about you waking up bragging on another man early in the morning. Come on. Come on. Come on. Who does that? Who wakes up next to a whole man and be like, yeah, I'm going to brag on this other one with bad legs? Okay. We both don't share the same definition of what a strong man is. Yeah. Good morning, Jamie. So I want to say good morning to everybody. Yeah, I was like, girl, ain't nobody trying to hit that. It's probably her husband in her account anyway, which is a whole other thing. Every day I got to deal with people coming in here talking about, you know, especially when I put up that picture of the meat. I'm going to put that up in a little bit. They be like, man, that was Joe Biden. I'm like, shh, quiet down. Here you go again, talking about another man's meat in your mouth. Hey, Seagrove, good morning. So I don't listen to stuff like that. Again, what do I tell y'all? When you know who you are, people, you're on unshakable ground. When you know who you are. The people who troll, they're bots or they're insecure. That's how I look at it. Because if you're not even strong enough to speak your piece with your own face, your own account, it's nothing I need to listen to you about. Nothing. You don't even trust you. Why should I? Like what? Get out of here. Stop hiding. So good Friday morning to you all. Don't forget to check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. The new episode dropped on Wednesday where I talk to immigrants directly and talk about the fact that don't assimilate when you come to America. Integrate. Because one of the things that makes America great is the diversity. So when you assimilate versus integrate, you get rid of all of those things that make you unique and great. What they say, you get rid of the seasoning. And the last thing America needs is less seasoning. Okay? We're not clamoring for fucking Applebee's or Fridays. Well, I know I'm not. I know I'm not. That shit tastes horrible. I don't even know how those two spots are even still in business. Fridays and Applebee's. They're horrible. Like, I remember one time I got a gift certificate from work to go to Fridays, and I was mad that that's what they gave us. I was mad. I was like, yo, this is not a gift. I look at this as a personal attack. These people don't really like me. Because if you really liked me, you would have given me a gift certificate to fucking Fridays. You don't like me. You don't like me. You pretend to like me. Because people who like you don't do that to you. That's what I learned. And I told y'all that America, that this conservative America, they're now looking at how they can lock up your teenager. They want to lock up the teens that they consider unruly and put them into programs, which I'm sure will be work programs, so they could do the work that the immigrants used to do, right? But put Ghislaine Maxwell in a low security prison with a work release program. Okay. That's why I said when you hear Republicans talk to you about protecting children, they don't give a fuck about your kids. That shit's a lie. It's a game. They don't care about your kids. If they cared about your children, then Ghislaine Maxwell wouldn't even be in a low security prison. She wouldn't even be in a low security prison. She would literally be where she already was. But she's not. Because again, the goal is to make you feel like, this is just normal behavior. It's not normal to deal with children like that. Not at all. Good morning, dude. You said give you some stew, chicken, jerk, chicken, and pad thai. Stop playing. Dad, why are you in here talking dirty to me this morning? I ain't even had breakfast yet, Dad. And you in here talking about all that good food. Stop playing with it. Quiet as kept. I was already talking to my husband about some food before I came into this live. I'm real greedy. I love to eat. Love to eat. Also why I go to the gym, because I love to eat. I'm just keeping it all way a buck. But watch out for your kids, man. You combine breaking up the Department of Education. Can I ask you all a question? For any of you who have young children that are in school, that have started school this year, how is it going so far? How is your school system adjusting, to the changes at the Department of Education? Like, how is it going for your children? I haven't really seen too many people talk about the back to school stuff. So that's why I was wondering, what's going on? Okay, so school is good so far. Okay, it's the beginning of the school year. Too bad, Kevin, I don't listen to you. You have 9 followers. If nobody else wants to follow Kevin, neither should I. Sorry. Again, if Republican policies made sense, they wouldn't have to send trolls to tell you that they do. Lucas, too bad nobody can see what you said, because nobody cares, beloved. Less than 100 people care. So I won't be number 94, Lucas. Bye. Don't forget to write, beloved. Oh, they in their feelings, y'all. They big mad. Guess what else Paw Trump is crying about right now? And MAGA's crying too. Trump is upset. He still wants the Nobel Peace Prize, and he can't get it. Listen, no matter what conservatives say, I do have a YouTube channel. Click the link in my bio. That's where you can find it. No matter what conservatives say, Donald Trump wants to be Barack Obama so bad the shit is hilarious. I have never seen a grown-ass man chase another grown-ass man's shadow the way I have seen Donald Trump chase Barack Obama's shadow. And no matter what he does, he will always be mediocre compared to Barack Obama. It's a beautiful thing to watch, somebody nipping at the heels at somebody so epically awesome. Barack is sat down there like, are there gnats in here? What is that? What is nipping at me like that? Trump. Oh, Trump wants to be Obama so bad. He's like, why don't they like me the way they like him? I don't understand. I don't get it. Miss B, go make a sandwich this morning. Girl, don't nobody want to hear that. Nobody even saw your comments. She coming all upset. Hey, you too, Tojo. Somebody needs breakfast. It's 8:12. You shouldn't be in here with me. Send your husband. I don't talk to conservative women. Period. I don't talk to conservative women. I talk to conservative husbands. Catch that. But there ain't nothing a conservative woman can do for me but make me a fucking sandwich. That's it. Because y'all have said that women need to be seen, not heard. Then why am I hearing you? Exactly. Nope, not in this live. Send your husband. I might talk to him, but maybe not. Because I'm not under any obligation to talk to him either. That's correct, Sassy. It's what I said the other day. MAGA, to me, is the equivalent of the Joker. MAGA is the equivalent of the Joker because MAGA needs liberals to feel like they're doing something of value. They can't feel that way from the policies because the policies are squeezing the fuck out of them. So it's not the policy. They gotta feel good. They only feel good from fucking with liberals. If they can't fuck with liberals, they don't feel good. And that's just a fact. That's how these people are built. Let me see how I can mess with a liberal today. You know? And so I am the same way. Like me watching those floods in Tennessee. It's must-see television. It's the best comedy I've ever seen. Love you too, Farmer. I'm going to tell y'all why it's the best comedy I've ever seen. Because Republicans run around popping all that shit about if stuff like that happens to you, then that's God. Well, look at Republican Jesus. That's what happens when you don't want to starve the hungry kids the way they want you to. I guess they flood your community. And I'm not donating to shit. I'm going to keep my liberal money in my liberal bank account. That's what I'm going to do. What do I think about Gavin? I think that Gavin Newsom is doing the right thing. And I think that other Democrats need to match his fucking energy. Because Gavin has figured out how to trigger Donald Trump. Yep, he's triggered Donald Trump. Oh, something else I wanted to tell y'all. Did you know the Kennedy Center Honors is going to come up, right? Guess who's hosting it? The President of the United States. This motherfucker got time to be a host for a Kennedy Center concert. So it tells you what's not being done. Because he got time for that type of shit. Y'all, it's the funniest shit ever. So he's going to be hosting it. Right? That's what I said. How does he have time for that? You know why? Because he's not fucking working. He's not working. That's why he has time for it. That's why he has time. So he's going to be hosting that, right? He claims he helped to pick the honorees. One of the honorees was Tom Cruise. Why Tom Cruise said, I have a conflict. I can't attend. Honey, Tom Cruise said, oh no, you won't get a motherfucking picture with me. You not gonna mess up my box office openings fucking with your shit. Oh no. Oh no. And Tom got a black baby. Tom has a black son. So what, he supposed to forget he got a black child to lay in bed with you? Man, get out of here. Get out of here. Man, JFK would look at RFK Jr. and be like, what? Look, if y'all know this movie reference, let me go. What the fuck happened to you, man? You used to be beautiful. That's what he would say. Trump don't have ties to Scientology. Trump is not religious at all. I know y'all want to believe he is. No. The only God Trump prayed to is in the mirror. Himself. He does not believe in religion. None. No type of organized religion. A guy like Trump sees organized religion as a weakness. It's no fucking way. Yeah, he's talking about putting $256 million into remodeling Kennedy Center, but he's lying. Want me to tell you why? Ain't no money for it. Just so y'all know, there's no money to remodel the fucking Kennedy Center. Just like I told y'all, it's no money in, remember I told you cut the bonuses for ICE? Remember they were supposed to get those $50,000 bonuses for immigrants, deporting and catching immigrants? They done pulled those bonuses because they don't have it. They don't have it. Government is spending money like crazy. They're not watching how they're spending. And they're spending money the same way Donald Trump spends money in his businesses. How many businesses has he had that have gone belly up? How many times has he filed for bankruptcy? I think it's at least 6 times. Well, let me tell you something. Bankrupting a country is far worse. Far worse. When they start doing bank runs, oh, it's real bad. When folks start pulling their money out the bank, oh, that's when you hit that wall. Big Germ, you ain't making no money. I know you not making none. Come on now. You ain't making no money. You're not in the we, beloved. You're poor. I had to boot you. I love when they say that we making money. Who's the we? You're not making any money, sir. You're the product. See, that's part of the problem with Americans. Americans are so cocky. We're making money. You're not making shit. You know what you're doing? You're paying them fucking tariffs. That's what you're doing. Yeah, you're paying tariffs. Okay? You're paying tariffs is what you're doing. Yep. Trump taxes. Tariffs are Trump taxes on the American people. They not in denial. They're just fucking lying. Y'all stop trying to don't make it seem like it's something else. They're fucking lying because they want to save face. But them Trump tariffs is tearing their ass up. Go to the store, can't understand why Pop-Tart. Lois, why have Pop-Tarts gone up $4? I don't understand. We make Pop-Tarts here in America. But if some of those dyes or ingredients come from overseas, well, you're paying tariffs. Yep, say it again, Sassy. They know what's happening, but they just lying. Thank you so much this morning. I see that you got to run. No problem. Love you too. Have a great Friday. Have a great Friday, writer. But I'm looking at all of this stuff and I'm going, America, America. More and more stuff that white supremacists might not put in history books about what's happening in America right now. Because again, y'all know, whatever goes in the books in Texas tends to be everywhere, right? Tends to be everywhere. This is why conservatives work so hard not to get shit in books. You know what I mean? Well, if you want to trick a conservative, put it in a book. They'll never find it. They don't read books. They're told what to think by their masters. You know? Thank you, Omo. Yeah, if you want to hide information or hide something of value from a conservative, put it in a book. Put it in a book. They won't find it. Yeah, I see that he told the Smithsonian to remove any bad. No, it wasn't bad history about him. Oh, it's deeper than that. Any history he deems questionable. So you already know what the civil rights movement going to look like. You already know what slavery, the Reconstruction, Confederacy, all that shit is going to look like. Because it's according to what Paul has deemed what is history. That's that bullshit. I told y'all something. One of the biggest threats to democracy are the elderly. I say it and I'm going to keep saying because old people don't want to change their mindset. They don't want to change their mindset. But they want us all to go back. They're going to whitewash the fuck out of history. And then turn around and be like, there's no racism. Okay. I just watch because I'm waiting for the other minorities in this country. Hispanics, Indians, anybody else from any other. When I say Indians, I mean from India. Native Americans are not immigrants. I'm going to say it again. They're natives. The only natives, technically. Let's keep it, if we're going to keep it all the way a buck. The only natives in America are Native Americans. Can you read, Howard? Probably not, because if you could, you would have kept scrolling. Bye. Nope. Your 70-year-old neighbors, MAGA neighbors, took down their flag and are really quiet. You know what? And it's so, you know why they took it down? Because they ass about to get, they losing benefits. And not just that. It's kind of hard to keep that flag flying and keep your bullshit and making your excuses about what it is. Because Trump and them are being very clear about who they are. You understand? They're being very clear about who they are. So if you keep it up, then you good. Right? You strong enough. But most of them ain't got the backbone to keep it up. So like punk ass suckers, they pull the flag down. Nah, stand 10 toes down on that shit. You were in November. That's why I seen them in some of the people in my neighborhood take their shit down. I didn't forget that you had it up. I don't give a fuck that you took it down. I'm still on my fuck you train. I'm still on my I don't rock with you. I don't trust you. You're an enemy of the state. I'm still of that same mindset. So guess what? I don't give a shit that they took it down. You already showed me who you are. You said you recarded your last food order, 727, with everything, including the coupons. It went from 163 to 186. You got to read the fine print on those coupons, beloved. Not all coupons are worth using sometimes. Sometimes it's best to just pay whatever the price is versus the coupon, because you either have to buy more of it to get a deal, which doesn't really save you any money. You're going to have to do the math. You literally have to do the math. It's not as simple as just having a coupon. Coupons are not what they used to be. Coupons changed after the pandemic. I told y'all. Because capitalist companies want as much money as possible. So they change coupons. You said your MAGA neighbors quietly moved out of their house yesterday. Looks like they got... Or ain't that something that they got so quiet? See, I told y'all, you're going to get a couple of different types of MAGAs. You're going to get the MAGAs that are going to be loud to the end. They're going to fight to the end. They're never going to admit that shit is as bad as it is. Then you're going to get another group of people that they know it's bad. They're not going to say nothing. They're just going to quietly change, right? You're going to get that group too. Then you're going to get another group that are going to be vocal about how they screwed up. And they're going to be honest about how they changed. That's what you're gonna see. You know what I mean? They're just not there yet. What do I think of the new Christopher Columbus PBS video? Oh, so what do I think about PragerU? It's a way to indoctrinate your children. They're going to indoctrinate your children young. That's what they're going to do. Indoctrinate your children young. See, understand, the reason why so many people were against CRT, because it was teaching truth. And their children were coming home talking about stuff that the parents ultimately really didn't want to talk about. The parents didn't want to have the uncomfortable conversation about America's history because it don't make them feel good. So shit that don't make them feel good, they don't want to discuss it. That's the nature of white supremacy. If it don't make me feel good, I don't have to address it. That's the mindset. That's why I look at conservative women and I go, that whole system is not for you. That whole system not for you. I mean, you're going to help them. You're going to help them do it, you know, implement it and make it happen. But it's not for you. It's for the men. Dems are the best at illustrating why they're called Dems. Oh, poor you average Democrat. Oh, poor little Tink Tink. They so upset. Can y'all imagine? Can y'all imagine how this is what's the best way for me to say it? I never worry about MAGA because most of the people that talk shit in MAGA, don't worry about them because you're doing better than them. Like, did y'all see how American Eagle, their sales aren't doing well even with that Sydney Sweeney thing? Because I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I never really did a video about it because honestly, I didn't give a shit. To me, it was giving more attention to the American Eagle advertisement by talking about it than they were going to get with fucking Sydney Sweeney. Listen, I don't even know no white women running to be fucking Sydney Sweeney. Let's deal with that. See, because I got white girlfriends. I also know that I ain't never had no white girlfriend ever tell me, man, I would love to be Sydney Sweeney. Said no white woman ever. Said no white woman ever. So no white woman was going to be running to knock down the doors to get nothing that Sydney Sweeney was the face of, right? I'm not saying she ain't pretty. She alright, but she average. She's not anything that white women are going to run down the doors to get it. You understand? So I understood that. So I understood that stuff. Thank y'all for mentioning names because I didn't see that person. They're gone now. They're gone now. They'll be back on their other account. They always come back. I give them a reason to be too, y'all. So anyway, I knew that American Eagle wasn't going to make that much money with that because most of the people that was so excited about it, they can't even fit the shit in that store. Beloved, you not even built to fit nothing in there. There's no plus size in there, beloved. There's no senior section. That shit not for you. It's for young people. And young people don't give a fuck about Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, and they can't afford it. That's the other side. Take your ass to Walmart. Okay? I'm like, bruh. So that's why I laugh at the end of it all. Now that campaign didn't do well. Watch what happens with Beyonce with this Levi's campaign. Oh, they gonna sell their asses off. Sell their asses off. Sell their asses off. Again, you know, the jokes write themselves. Conservatives do it to themselves. Says Nebraska already needs help from blue states. 15 billion net loss. Oh, let me look up. Current. Y'all know me. This type of stuff gives me, I laugh. Listen. Isn't this what they voted for? Oh, Charlie Kirk started the drama. Hold on. Let me switch to something real quick. I got for a while. I just didn't use it. Let's talk about Charlie real quick. To me, Charlie is the definition of mediocrity. Charlie Kirk is the definition of mediocrity. If he didn't have conservative media to sit on there all day and whine and bitch and moan about everything, he would have nothing. What other purpose does Charlie Kirk have? He's not that smart. Don't you love that picture, Wise Al? When I have had this picture for weeks, but I was like, I'll figure out a way to use the picture, you know? And then somebody brought up Charlie Kirk, and I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect time to, you know, here's Johnny. I figured this would be the perfect time to pull this one out, honey. Charlie spends so much time online talking about everything but how he can get those gums fixed. Because every time I look at his mouth makes me extremely uncomfortable. You know, so every time I see him, I'm always like, ugh, who is waking up to that? You know, who wants to exchange DNA? Are you kidding me? There's too much at risk. Too much at risk. I would never take a chance like that. Not with Charlie. I'd never take a chance like that. You think I'm spreading hate? Yet you decided to come in and sit down, Bubbles. Go make a sandwich and leave me alone. Damn, I'm over here minding my business. Y'all can't even let me be great to myself. Why? Because y'all love attention. Conservatives are so thirsty for fucking attention all the time. Aren't you mad? Aren't you mad that I hate everybody? No, I don't really fucking care. I want you to move out of the way. I was trying to get to the bacon. Like, nobody fucking cares. You want everybody to care. Nobody cares. Exactly, Nicole. That's why they want to control women. Because who the fuck is lining up to get with Charlie fucking Kirk? Who? Nobody. What keeps us say? Nobody. Stop playing with me. Nobody's signing up for that shit. That's why he mad. Let's force them. Nobody would even do it under protest vote of it. Nobody's that desperate. You would have to ban women. Nobody's that desperate. You would have to ban women. Because quiet as kept, the woman that Charlie Kirk really wants don't want him. It's no way for him to ever get those women. You understand? It's no way. It's no way. See, that's what they really be mad about. See, Trump only has Melania Trump because he has money and access to things. Otherwise, he wouldn't have her either. He wouldn't have her either. She's an opportunist too. She likes expensive shit too. Like what? And Spicy Nurse that person said you was hating. Yeah, they did, but they got blocked. Oh, I can't imagine waking up to Stephen Miller. That forehead, beloved. I can't even imagine giving birth to his babies. The head on that thing. That gives new meaning to the phrase, she's crowning. I wouldn't want to be nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. Tiny teeth and big gums. Don't trust it. If your teeth don't trust you enough to show themselves, I shouldn't trust you either. Hey Martha, good morning. Yeah, what Trump, it's a business transaction. The only time it wasn't, I would say, was Ivana Trump. Ivana Trump was why Donald Trump made money a lot of times. A lot of times he lost money because he didn't listen to her. Ivana Trump knew how to make money. Donald Trump knows how to lose money. But Ivana Trump was very successful in her businesses. I remember when Ivana Trump used to be on Home Shopping Network. Post her relationship with Trump, Ivana Trump made money all the way up until her passing. She made money. Donald Trump, on the other hand, made a lot of bad business decisions. Every time. Every time. Not if the lips talk before the words come out, you can't be trusted. Wait a minute. Well, speaking of lips talking, let's talk about Nebraska's economy, okay? Because I love comedy. Conservatives wanted this, so this shit is hilarious to me, right? Because they were supposed to be doing so well. We're going to do so well under Donald Trump, and he's going to make America great again, and we're going to be rich again. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Okay. So, they say that Nebraska has had a significant 6.1% annual decline in real GDP in the first quarter of 2025. Yay! That's what they voted for, right? And it's driven primarily by agriculture and a return to a projected state budget deficit of $95 million. And why are they going to have a $95 million deficit in Nebraska? Because they're going to have lower than forecasted tax revenues. Yay! I am so happy for them. So they say while the overall economy has been solid with employment growth and stable wage increases, the GDP contraction is a cause for concern, and the state is grappling with a projected deficit following tax reductions implemented by the previous administration in their state. Oh, can I tell you how excited I am? I love it that the farmers can't sell those soybeans. It's hilarious. Because farmers voted for this. This is what you voted for, Nebraska. You should be cheering. It's just like when I was talking about, what's her name? Carrie Underwood. And the fact that Carrie Underwood's got to work her own 400-acre farm because she can't keep farmhands. She should be happy. She's a Trumper. She voted for this shit. When they said that illegals were doing jobs that Americans didn't want to do. Well, guess what, Carrie? You got the job, girl. Get your ass up and take care of that farm you bought. See, it's all fun and cute to own a 400-acre farm when you're not doing the work. But shit, when you're doing the work, you understand the investment and the time it takes to run a 400-acre fucking farm. Get to work, Carrie girl. You should be able to find a good old blue-blooded American to take that job. No, you not, because Americans ain't got the backbone for that shit. Most Americans that can physically handle working on a farm, own a farm, and they too busy working on their own damn farm. They're not going to come work on your farm for pennies on the dollar. Just so y'all know. Now, Nebraska's per capita income is $71,000, almost 72,000. It ranks 16th among the states and slightly below the national average. Like I said, you don't go to Nebraska to set the world on fire to make fucking money. You understand? So liberals ain't lining up to move to fucking Nebraska. Y'all can keep it. We don't need it. Ain't no money there, no way. Shit. Ain't no money in fucking Nebraska. Ain't no money in Nebraska at all. At all. I'm just looking at some other stuff. But I'm looking at all this stuff, I go, good. I'm glad that Nebraska is having these economic problems. Now they need to pull themselves up by their Chinese-made bootstraps and figure it out. Yep, Nebraska need to figure it out. Because it's not really for us to figure it out. Yep, Trump has to fill up the prisons. And y'all got to understand, listen, government been tried to lock up people. You understand? They've been trying to lock up people. I'm glad too, mommy, about the Nebraska thing. Good. They need this. Yep, Iowa is facing a similar issue. I was looking at that yesterday. Iowa's in the same boat. Iowa's in the same boat. Look, I'm trying to think of another. Let's see. Let's see economic status of. What's another red state we can check on? Let's check on Florida. I want to see what's going on there because I know Florida's doing bad. Florida's doing bad because of their attacking of the immigrant worker. Hold up, I got to do current versus in the past. I want to see what's happening right now. Now, actually, Florida's doing pretty decent. The GDP growth rate in the first quarter of 2025 was 1.4%, outpacing the national average. Now, I also know at the same time, Florida has historically low salaries, low pay in the state, and rich people tend to be able to use those to lean on government more to get what they want out of it more than anybody else. Florida is essentially pushing the working class out of their state. So I'm just wondering, yeah, Florida has high-ass housing prices. I wonder, like, what are the rich going to do? Because it's not like they're going to walk their own dogs, clean their own homes. So if you push all the people that are working class out of your area, out of the state, who going to do all that shit? Like, who going to watch your kids? Who going to clean your homes? Who gonna work at your businesses for this shitty pay? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. What is Florida's long-term plan? What is the long-term plan for Florida? Because it would seem to me that Florida is gonna have an issue. Florida's gonna have an issue. So I don't know what they're going to do. And I do find it interesting that a lot of these factories are moving to Alabama and Florida and places like that. I'm not coming down there to work those jobs because they won't fucking pay. See, one of the things that kept me from the South was the South pays South money. Now, if the South paid North money, with South cost of living, it'd be different. But if that was the case, then the South would cost what it costs in the North to live. But quiet as kept, it ain't cheap to live in the South no more. The South has gone up. Everybody has gone up. Everybody. Florida is an anomaly, but Florida's going to hit ahead because its working class is being squeezed too hard. Yep, the working class is just being squeezed too hard in the state of Florida. Between insurance costs, low wages, and the weather events, it comes a point where working class people go, fuck it, I'm out. Like, I can't afford to continue to keep rebuilding this thing over and over and over again. I can't continue to do that. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Now, right now, they say for Alabama, it's experiencing growth with a focus on manufacturing, particularly in the automotive industry. But I can guarantee you this. I can guarantee you that the people working in those factories in Alabama are not making the same kind of money that people in Detroit were making. Guaranteed. Because the middle class was built inside a car manufacturer, car factories. Because they were paying those people enough money that they could live well. Let's see how Montana's doing. I'll check for you. Let's see what Montana's up to. Montana. Now, according to this, Montana is experiencing strong post-pandemic growth, marked by high labor force participation and low unemployment rates. The GDP increased in 2023. Let me see the current state of it now in 2025. They're still doing pretty good in 2025. The unemployment rate is 2.8% in June. A lot of people go there to do startups, so that's probably would explain why. You said Bozeman is carrying Montana. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I'm like, there has to be a reason why that's happening. But I'm telling you, know what's going to happen? Eventually, red states are going to lose those types of businesses. You know why? Lack of education. If you don't have educated people to put into those jobs, those companies are not going to come there. And why would I move to a community, right? Why would I move to a community in which the schools are shit? So I'm not going to do there. So that's how I see it. I love when they come in thinking they're going to blah, 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 blah your ass on out of here. Hold on for a second. I'm going to change from Charlie. No disrespect. I can't keep looking at them fucking gums. Here. Yeah, let's go there for now. Yeah, I can't take them gums no more. Every time I look up, I'm like, the fuck, man. No problem, Hatch. I couldn't take it no more. Okay, now Kentucky. They say Kentucky's economy in mid-2025 shows signs of continued growth, with the job growth exceeding the previous year. Their unemployment is at 4.9%. They have key sectors like construction, government, education/health services are leading job gains. Some manufacturing and business services are expecting losses. It's supposed to be the top state for affordability and potential growth for businesses. My ass wouldn't move to Kentucky. No. I wouldn't move to Kentucky. Fuck that. Now it says Kentucky added 20,600 new jobs between January and June, more than double the number from the same period in 2024. So Kentucky, it's due to construction jobs. I don't understand how they've had an increase in education and health services jobs. I'm assuming that's going to change. So, yeah, that's my assumption. But Kentucky is a place people like to start businesses because it's the cheapest, most affordable state to start a business. Due to low wages, see, they don't pay people much. Due to low wages, office rent, taxes, and registration fees. So yeah, they making money if you have a business. But if you're a person trying to make money, a worker, well, they don't pay much. Okay, so you asked about Oklahoma. Let's see. So as you can see, one of the reasons why these states are doing well is because businesses can go there and start for pennies on the dollar, but they ain't paying no money. So even though it's a low unemployment rate, the people are probably working multiple jobs. See, that's the other side of the data, right? That we probably won't get anymore because Trump don't like bad data. Ciao. So they say Oklahoma, They have growing employment and low unemployment. It faces challenges, though, from softer manufacturing trends and ongoing national inflation and interest rate uncertainty. The GDP growth has lagged that of many other states over the past 5 years. Now, they have a low unemployment rate, but they had an increase in their first quarter for their GDP with a 2.5% annualized growth over the prior 5 years. Personal income increased in the first quarter of 2025. But I would have to dig a little more, because it also says that the state benefits from strong exports. Well, we know countries don't want shit from them right now. Yeah. So Oklahoma, their economy is pretty resilient for right now. You want me to check Mississippi? Okay, let's check Mississippi. Let's see what Mississippi is talking about. Okay, Mississippi is experiencing growth. This is due to their agriculture, forestry, fishing, and hunting sectors. They're expected to see their largest increases in 2025. They rank second in the nation for real GDP growth in 2024. And they have the 5th fastest personal income growth. I can believe that, because if you want to get rich, you would go there, because you could prey on the poor. Yeah, you could prey on the poor. Now, I'm going to check something else. Mississippi's. See, this is how you education ranking. This is how you. This to me, honestly, is not about the money. It's the education that tells me. Okay, so Mississippi, wow, they've achieved their highest ever education ranking, being number 16. I mean, I guess that's better than being like 50. But the previous year, they were ranked 30th. So you know what I would say? My antenna is going up. My antenna goes up on the data on that. Because how did they go from 30th in 2023, 39th in 2022, but in 2025, they 16th? Bullshit. Bullshit. No fucking way. No fucking way. I would want to see some more details behind that data. It's no way. How the fuck they jumped that damn fast? No fucking way. There's something else. There's something wrong there. That doesn't make no sense. When you look at the math, you go, no fucking way you jump from 39th to 32nd to 16. And then on top of that, they say that the state's education improvements are particularly noteworthy, given that Mississippi faces challenges in other areas, including high child poverty rates and a large portion of children relying on Medicaid's CHIP program. Yeah, something about that, something about those numbers don't resonate and make sense to me. How do you jump that fast? There's no possible way. Now, I can tell you in that first in that first group, the bulk of them are blue states. You do have Utah in there, but I ain't surprised Utah in there because they're at home. But at the same time, I still don't trust the data. Something in that data got me like, I want to check something else. Because y'all know my antenna be going up and I'm like, I still don't trust that. Yeah, I don't trust that. I'm sorry. That's just too much jumping for me to trust it. Yeah, that's MAGA math. Okay, you want me to try Georgia? Let's try Georgia this morning and let's see. Uh-oh, I didn't mean to go that far over. Current economic status. Who was it again? What was the other state? I'm sorry. You guys, I missed what you said. Georgia. Okay, and then I'll try Indiana. Georgia. Let's see. I'm probably, due to Atlanta, I'm sure Georgia's, oh no, I was wrong. So Georgia's economy is projected to slow in 2025 compared to 2024, with a GDP growth forecast of around 2.4%. And it's due to policy shifts, factors such as growing population, sustained growth, increased single-family home construction, and the expansion of the healthcare sector will support economic activity. While housing prices are expected to remain stable, they say job growth in sectors like retail and information technology may slow due to technological advancements and online competition, and a slight increase in unemployment to 4% is expected to help keep inflation steady. So they're looking to have a slow growth as well. So they won't have the projected deficit that Nebraska has, but it's going to be bad. Okay, now Indiana, they're expected to slow too. Real GDP growth around 2.9%, with a slowdown in employment growth compared to the nation, though income growth remains relatively stable. So the same problem is popping Indiana. The same problem. See, I keep telling y'all, Republican policies in Republican states, they mess up communities. They mess up. Houston? Okay, hold on, let me see. Houston's not a state, but I'll check the city of Houston. Houston's is stable. It's slowing down the job growth and the moderate unemployment rate, but it is stable for now. They say the economic outlook points to a soft landing for the labor market. So they're doing okay at the moment. No surprise, because places like Houston help to lift up the whole state of Texas. You know, so that's to be expected. I would expect that. Now, I wanted to tell y'all something that I found out about, right? So the average wage, McDonald's wage in the United States is $9 an hour, right? The average wage. Now, a worker in Denmark, the country of Denmark, the average McDonald's wage for an employee in Denmark is $22 an hour. Plus, they get 6 weeks of annual vacation. They get a union. They get 1 year of paid family leave. And they get life insurance and a pension. Okay? Now, listen to me now. A Big Mac, $5.69 in America. It's probably more in America now. In Denmark, a Big Mac, $5.69. So America's not broke. It's not that we don't have the money, y'all. They don't want to tax rich folks. America is a safe haven for corporations and rich people to not have to pay taxes. That's what it is. It is a safe haven for rich people and for corporations. They just don't want you to not be poor. It is more money to be made by you suffering. This is what I keep trying to explain to y'all. Suffering is a part of the design, and it's designed for you to suffer. And if you're not willing to do so, that's where the problem sets in. Yep, America is what made Dubai possible. Say it again. And I crack up at Americans that go to Dubai, that are not rich, that are working class, and they go to Dubai. I go, oh, you went to the poor area of Dubai. You went where the poorest went. Because the people who got money and go to Dubai, they don't hang out around you, beloved. And the people, the locals that live in Dubai, their only purpose there is to serve the rich that are there. That's it. So why would you want to go visit a place that even when you see regular people, they're only there to serve the rich? And your punk ass went there. I went to Dubai. on a fucking budget. But then you come back home and you budget. Man, get out of here. That's why I can't take y'all seriously. I can't take nobody seriously that's participating in that shit. Now, anybody in here from Ohio? Because I'm going to tell you about something that's happening in your state. I don't know if you know about it. I'm going to do a video on it today because I was like, that's some bullshit. So anybody in here from Ohio? Well, okay, you got some neighbors. Well, this is Republican policy again. This is what I be trying to tell people. Ohio requires buses for private school kids, right? So if you have a kid that goes to private school, that the state of Ohio is required to provide transportation to get your kid to that private school. But public school students have to find their own ride. In Ohio. They take in public school money, giving it to parents so that parents can send their kids to religious private schools, and now using public money to bus those kids to those private schools. I told y'all. But they gonna cut, and when they take that money from your public schools to give it to them people for them private schools, your kids suffer in public school. If people want to send their kids to private school, they have the freedom and rights to do so. My issue is, why are we paying for it? My taxes pay for public schools. My taxes should not be paying for your child to go to private school. If you want to go to private school, you need to pay for that shit. That's what you need to do. Set up a payment plan with the school and pay for your kid to go to private school. You need to provide transportation for your child to get to that school. Not in Ohio. In Ohio, they're doing it on the backs of public schools. So they say schools are responsible for transporting private and charter school kids, leaving thousands of public school students behind. They say for about 2,000 students attending high school in Dayton, Ohio, there won't be a bus in sight when they walk out the door from the beginning of the school year this week. They said Ohio law means that public school districts such as Dayton's are responsible for transporting students who attend private and charter schools. When they fail to do so, they risk fines of millions of dollars. So if the local school system doesn't get your child to their private school, they could be fined. Not if they don't get them to the public school. Catch it. And who owns the private schools? Rich people. So they're taking your tax dollars again and funneling it to themselves for their businesses. Okay. I tried to tell y'all. They say a shortage of bus drivers and buses combined with the threat of fines means that the public school districts in Dayton and around Ohio find themselves relegating their own students to the back of the transportation line. One of the students said he's going to have to use Uber. It's going to cost him $25 to $30 a day to get to and from school. In the wintertime, they may demand higher. That's crazy. Just so rich people can take your fucking money and funnel it to the private schools. And they say some of the kids have been attacked on public transportation from the public schools, but instead they make them take public transportation. So they say the burden of getting children to school now falls on the students, parents, grandparents, local churches, and charities. Families who choose to continue to have their students use public buses to get to and from school will have to fork out at least $540 per high school student a year. The charter school students don't have to pay for the transportation. This is Republican leadership. Republicans hold supermajority across Ohio's legislature. And they have built up a $1 billion fund in the form of vouchers for families who want to send their students to private and charter schools. They got children as young as 13 being forced to use public transportation. Now, I want to say this. My punk ass was on public transportation at 13 going to school. I went to school in D.C. In D.C., there are no school buses for children except for special needs kids. Those are the only kids that got school bus transportation. Everybody else, you either had to walk or you had to take the metro. Either buses, subway, or a combination of both. But the point is, it was on the parents to get you to and from school. Now, I'm just letting you know how it is in the city. I assumed it was like that in most places, but I guess not. I know it is in New York and stuff like that. But a lot of places, they had the benefit of having bus transportation in cities. We did not have that. We didn't have that. But I figure if the buses aren't getting the public school students there, it shouldn't be taking private school and charter school students either. They said about 80% of all school-going students in Ohio attend public schools. So most of them are in public schools, and more than half of all students are African Americans that are in the public school systems. So I think we know why, a lot of the reasons why Ohio is doing what they're doing, right? And the public school system is required to bus students of 162 private and charter schools. It's just about making it harder for black kids, brown kids. That's it. But see, this is the thing that white supremacy never banks on. We are a resilient people. We are a resilient people. You can't stop us, no matter what. This is Ohio. Yeah, it's Ohio. Now, somebody found 25 school buses that the school system could purchase, but they decided not to. Why? Because they don't want those black children to have transportation to school. They want to make it harder for those black babies to get educated. They want to make it harder for Hispanic babies to be educated. See, that's how you level the playing field in white supremacy America. By making it harder for anybody non-white to get education. See, that's leveling the playing field. Because that's how you level it for mediocre white supremacist, students and their parents. See? Y'all ain't know. Oh, see, that's the thing. I don't even expect shit like that in West Virginia. I expect shit like that to happen in Ohio. I expect that. I expect it. Black people have always told me Ohio is racist as fuck. And don't move to Ohio. So when I hear white people say they moving to Ohio, my assumption is that they're racist. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. That's my assumption. Because if my black ass is hearing about the racism, it's no fucking way you ain't heard about it. It's no fucking way. It's no fucking way that you go and visit Ohio and see all them white people and then not see people of color and go, yeah, this is the place I'd love to live. Not me. That's just not what I would be looking for. They're trying to do that in Alabama as well. They're probably going to get away with it. Oh, see, Kiara. And see, I was raised differently. I was raised that they're going to be just as racist in the North as they are in the South. The only difference is in the North, they'll do it with a smile. That's the only difference. That's how I was raised. I was raised, your racism comes with a smile up North. Down South, they just give it to you straight, no chaser. Boom. Speaking of that, that's a great segue. For those of you who love this commentary and you want to hear more of it, check out my podcast. The link is in my bio, the Straight No Chaser podcast. I release new episodes multiple times a week. New episode just dropped on Wednesday where I'm talking to immigrants that you shouldn't be trying to assimilate, just integrate. Yeah, racism is more covert up North, but they got it. So for anybody to think they don't have racism, shit, they got their racism. They're just too pussy to be, too punk, too weak to be outward with their racism. So they try to be passive aggressive with the shit. But you just gotta pay attention. Especially in upstate New York. Shit. What? Upstate New York is racist as fuck. Racist as fuck. You just have to pay attention. That's the only difference. No problem, Nicole. Thank you so much for listening. Yep. That's what people don't understand. You go to upstate New York and see how fucking racist they are in them small ass communities. They're not welcoming at all. You would think you were down south, except for the fact that they're fucking passive aggressive with their shit. See, the thing I can appreciate about the South is at least they're open and honest about their fucking racism. And I know how to deal with them because they're open and honest about it. They put it in your face. Up north, they try to pretend they're your ally. They'll try to pretend they're your ally and shit. And then you realize, oh no, you're not my fucking ally. So that's why you got to keep your head on a swivel. You got to keep your head on a swivel even more up north. Oh, I believe it, Farm. Thank you so much, Miss Thompson. I appreciate you listening to my podcast. I really do. I appreciate that. And I want to remind you, you all, click the link in my bio. Come on over and check us out on Patreon. Listen, we are trying to select our movie that we're watching this month. So you guys, if you haven't come over already and given your feedback about the suggested movie this month, you need to, because I'm going to be closing that post today and making a poll for us to vote on so that we can select the movie that we want to watch it, and then discuss it this month. We have great movie discussions. Last month we discussed Sinners, a great movie. If you want to be a part of the discussion, get on in here and start, throwing in some suggestions. We already have like 6 comments in here already with people talking about some great suggestions from Straw to Crooklyn, Higher Learning, Nanny, Fresh, Promising Young Woman, plenty of things. So get in there today. And, I haven't seen Straw yet. I purposely haven't watched it yet. I was waiting. I have not seen Straw yet. I've heard about it, but I'm like, why y'all always want to watch these emotionally draining things? I told y'all I have never looked at Precious. Never. When I saw the preview, I was like, I'm not watching that shit. I'm not I see y'all love to cry. The fuck? Y'all killing me with this, man. I avoid those movies like the fucking plague. Who wants to be so emotionally distraught? I hate it. But I listen to the audience. If that's the shit y'all, if we end up voting, like when we vote, if that's the shit that ends up winning, so be it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it under protest and be crying and mad. Jesus. This is why I don't watch certain movies. Like Crooklyn was just on cable, where I watched it about a week or 2 ago. And I was in this crying. I love me some Crooklyn. Crooklyn is a great movie. That was a great movie. Oh my goodness. And the children that were cast in that movie was so fucking awesome. But the way I cry like a baby every time I watch fucking Crooklyn, every time I watch it, I cry like a fucking baby. Especially at that ending, to see it all come back around. And that's just a beautiful movie. Your sayings and humor. Well, I was born in 75, Colette, so ain't too far off. I was born in 75. Nope, never watched Schindler's List. Nope, that's another one. Nope. If you try to invite me over your house and you say we're going to watch Schindler's... Look, I can't even say it. Because I won't watch it. I will not watch it. I will not watch it. No. The Green Mile, never watched it. No. I read the book. That was enough. I'm not watching that. Absolutely not. And because I know it's a mouse in there. No. I was traumatized as a kid by watching Ben. That shit stuck with me. No. Nope. Nope. Can't watch it. Certain things I cannot watch. Beaches. I've seen Beaches, but it's not something I watch. Now, I'm going to tell you one that makes me cry that I cannot help but watch it every time because it's such a good fucking movie. Fried Green Tomatoes. Now, that one, I'll accept the crying because we get some laughter at the end of it. Like when her daughter dies and they're at the funeral And Sally Field breaks down and she's like, I want to know why. Oh, every time that shit breaks me down. Oh, just thinking about it right now makes me tear up. Every time that shit breaks me down. Maybe it was Steel Magnolias. Every time it breaks me down. And she's like, I want to know why. I want to know why. Why? And she's like, no, no. And she's going through all these different phases of grief in this very short amount of time. And all of her friends are around her. And they're feeling her pain with her. And when her friend goes, hit Weezer. Man, we needed that moment. We needed that moment. We needed a moment to release that. Oh, she was like, I just want to hit some. Oh, that movie's so beautiful. That movie is a beautiful movie, but it makes you cry. Oh, but I can watch that. I don't know why. That movie I watch every time. But it is so emotional. But every time I'm like, here comes this fucking scene. I know I'm going to fucking bawl like a baby. And so you ever try to do this thing where you know the scene is coming, so you try to get busy in the room while it's happening because you're thinking, well, maybe if I can split my brain, right? And do this over here while that's happening, I won't cry. I'll be okay. It catches you every time. Yes, when she volunteers for her to hit Weezer, it breaks that emotional turmoil that you're in. But you needed it. I know that the Green Mile is not all sad, but the couple of pieces I've seen, no fucking ma'am. Please don't turn out the lights. No. No. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching it. No. I don't know. My husband gave me a synopsis because he's watched it enough times that tells me I don't. Fruitvale Station, oh my God. I watched that shit one fucking time. I said never the fuck again. Never. No ma'am. If you come to me talking about, oh girl, let's sit and watch a movie, and you come with Fruitvale Station, I am going to put your ass out of here. Bitch, I can't go to sleep on no shit like that. I'll be so emotionally distraught after that. Now, Color Purple, the funny thing is, Color Purple I can watch without getting emotionally distraught, provided I'm in the right headspace. Because watching that movie can fuck you up too. That movie can fucking fuck you up. That movie can fuck you up, man. But no, I do not watch The Green fucking Mile. Or your husband don't watch that shit even. I just can't do it. Like Radio, that movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. Fuck no. That's another one. Radio is such a beautiful fucking movie. But I cannot watch that shit. Because it makes me fucking cry. I can't watch that shit. I can't watch We Are the Titans. Fuck no. Rudy. Fuck no. All that shit. No. I'm not watching it. However, if Straw wins the poll, I'll watch it. Now, Tropic Thunder, I'll watch. I'm disguised as a dude playing another dude. Listen. Just because it's from a TV show, just because it's from a TV show don't make it not true. Still hands down one of Robert Downey Jr.'s best performances ever. I remember when I saw that movie for the first time, I saw it at home on DVD. I rented a DVD of it. I was like, Tropic Thunder, what is this? Okay, the cast looks pretty good, but this is a weird ass cast list. Why the fuck would they be in a movie together? I just rented it on a humble. That movie was fucking awesome. I just remember the previews going, that black guy looks so familiar to me in the eyes. I just can't place him. Chill. And when it was Robert Downey Jr., I said, man, that role, it was so... See, that is an example of how you can do that type of shit well that doesn't offend black people. Because I wasn't offended by that shit. That shit was hilarious. Now, I'll tell you this. If they didn't have a real black man in the movie to counter the shit, to call him out on the shit, then I would have taken it as a sign of disrespect, no matter how good Robert Downey Jr.'s performance was. But having a black man be his nemesis in that movie, and call him out on not being black was The Chef's Kiss. That was a great fucking movie. You're Australian. Be Australian. Excuse me, Kangaroo Jack. Listen. Oh, I love me some Life. Life is a great movie. That's Can't Get Right, boss. He don't talk. He can't seem to get right. Oh, I love me some Life. Life is a classic, and Life was the movie that we waited for. All of us waited decades to see Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence in a movie together. But Life makes you cry too. I cried when I watched Life. How do you not? Because while it's funny, it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad when they start showing the people disappearing because that was the symbolism of them dying. Oh, it made me cry. And when Miguel Nunez, he was about to be released and he said, I can't go home like this. Oh my God. Oh my God. When he made the decision to cross the pew line because he was not willing to go home the way that he was at that point. And then for Bernie Mac to be like, the prison knew that they were a thing. So they allowed him to cross the gun line to mourn over. Oh, that scene was beautiful. Oh, that scene was improvised. Oh, it was beautiful. So while Life is funny, there's a lot of comedy. Oh, you gonna cry watching that shit. You're gonna cry watching that shit. You're gonna cry watching Life. You're gonna cry watching that. It's funny, but it's a tearjerker. It gets you. It got me. I know it got me. I'm gonna tell you something else that got me, that made me cry. And not because I felt emotional, because I couldn't stop fucking laughing. That fucking Norbit. That fucking Norbit. That's the shit. I'm gonna tell you something that will make you cry too. That's not funny. But that shit will make you bawl like a fucking baby. The Other Sister. Oh. Don't watch that movie alone. Don't watch that movie alone. It came out in 1999. And the people in it are Juliette Lewis, Diane Keaton, Giovanni Ribisi. And it's a story about this girl who has a disability, right? It is the story of a young woman named Carla who has overprotective parents. And Carla is special needs, but Carla wants love. And she meets a boy who's just like her, and they fall in love. Oh, that's a beautiful movie. That should make you cry. Just thinking about it makes me cry. I got to take this shit off my screen. I can even see the picture. Bitch, no. What they say, no, bitch, no. The Other Sister is a good fucking movie. That movie will make you bawl like a fucking baby. If you don't bawl like a baby after watching The Other Sister, you're a psychopath. You are a fucking official psychopath. 7 was good too. I didn't cry from that one though. Well, I didn't cry, but I can say the ending of 7, the pain that Brad Pitt communicated as a character with that ending, I felt for that man. I felt for that man so bad. I felt for that man. I was like, yo. That was something, man, I felt for that man. I felt for that man. I was like, yo, don't open the box. Don't open the box, bruh. And he opened it. And the look on Brad's face, the realization setting in that what that was. And he just lost it. And I appreciated that the movie didn't chicken out on his reaction. Because you know how sometimes movies will chicken out like Cops Always Do the Right Thing? No, they don't. No, they don't. Look, my nose was running because I was tearing up a little bit over the other sister. I hate it. But, you know, oh, Morgan Freeman, he was so good in that fucking movie. He was so good in that movie. He was like, hey, listen, don't open the box. Come over here. And Brad was, what's in the box? Listen. But the face when he looked at, oh my goodness, and then realized what that was. You know, Hidden Figures, I've never sat and watched the whole thing of it. Because again, it's going to get me, the little pieces of clips I've seen make me fucking mad or make me very emotional. And I'm like, I'm not watching that shit. Oh, I fucking love Crank. Crank is a raggedy ass, good ass movie. It is a raggedy ass, good ass movie, Crank. I love that movie. I watch Hidden Figures at some point. I will. No, I ain't watching no Nope, I didn't watch Shawshank Redemption either. Not watching that. You know, I started to. I asked my husband, right? I said, hey, how does that Shawshank Redemption end? Is he redeemed? My husband was like, no. I was like, okay, I'm not watching it. I didn't watch it. I'm not watching that shit. I loved World War Z. That I watch. I did watch World War Z. I did watch that. But Shawshank, See, I don't like to watch movies that's going to hurt me. I have seen The Bone Collector. The Bone Collector was good. But I didn't cry from that. I love disaster movies too, like Contagion and 12 Monkeys. Let me tell you something. When the pandemic happened, why was I at home like, this is like Contagion. Or what's the other movie? Hold on. Hold up. I'm about to find it because I was just watching it the other day. Outbreak. Yes, I was just watching Outbreak the other day. Listen, you know that scene in Outbreak when those people in the movie theater and they laughing, they're like, ha! And then you can see all those germs and stuff flying people's mouth. I was at home during the pandemic, even before it got like crazy, right? I remember I was reading, because I told you I pay attention to the news. I was reading all these stories from different places in the world and in America where people were getting sick and start getting hospitalized. I never forget, I went to my boss at work. I said, listen, I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on, and I have multiple sclerosis. I don't want to be exposed to that type of shit at work. I'm going to work from home. Before they start making people work from home. Listen. I'm not the type of person that waits for people to tell me to protect myself. Fuck all that. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to pay attention to shit. And 2 + 2 does equal 4 in my world. So I go, that don't make no sense. And I knew I had never seen nothing like that before. I had never seen people getting hospitalized for shit. Not in that way. I said, no, ma'am. My husband, he likes movies, but my husband will watch the same thing. I will too, but he likes sucky movies. I have to be honest. The movies he likes, I don't really like all that much. Because I'm always like, how are you watching this shit? This shit is horrible, okay? But there's certain movies he likes to watch, you know. My husband's a Libra, you know, so we don't tend to really like exactly the same movies. If anything, he'll catch me watching something and be like, what the fuck are you watching? I'd be like, get out of here, bruh. This is for me. Yesterday I was watching LA Homicide stuff. Because I love shit like that. Oh, you're an earth sign, that's why you asked? Yeah, I love shit like that. So I'm going to sit and watch a lot. I love to watch documentaries. Not that I don't like movies. The reason why I watch documentaries is because it's so hard to find great, like well-written, well-acted, well-directed movies, like the newer stuff, right? So I tend to watch a lot of documentaries, especially crime documentaries. I love that stuff. I don't know why. I think it's the narration. I'm sorry, Hatch. I just can't help it. I think it's the narration. I'm telling you, at nighttime, honey, I will get into bed, turn on my tablet, and all my husband hears, John came up missing after a short fishing trip with his wife. She was on her 4th marriage. My husband be sitting over there like, the fuck is going on? What the fuck are you watching? I'm like, no, I'm chasing the narration. Calm down. I'm not getting ideas. I'm not getting ideas. These shows show you what not to do. I love watching Dateline too because I like that man that does the voice, does the narration. His voice is a little higher. When they were seeing it, you know, his voice is a little higher in tone. I like Snap, but can I be honest? Snap jumped the shark when it went from 30 minutes to an hour. We don't need no hour for that shit. We don't need, honestly, I feel like they dragging it out, so I stopped watching it. When Snap used to be 30 minutes, that's when it was golden. Now, not so much. I love Quentin Tarantino movies. My favorite Quentin Tarantino movie is Jackie Brown. Hands down, that's the best movie he's ever done, is Jackie Brown. His love story and his ode to Pam Grier and blaxploitation films. But I love me some Quentin because I love the dialogue. To me, Quentin does dialogue like normal people talk. That's why it's so raggedy. You know, I've never watched Reservoir Dogs. I'm gonna watch it. I'd be so busy caught in a cycle of watching the same Tarantino movies over and over again. Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, From Dusk Till Dawn. I'm trying to think of the other movie that I like of his that I watch over and over and over. Because with me and Tarantino, his movies are so good, I just watch them over and over and over and over and over again. So, that's why I love Deadly Women too. 15. Ooh, I've never watched Deadly Women. Yeah, I like Django. Django was good. Django was just long as fuck. I like Django, but Django was long as fuck, man. I love me from Dusk Till Dawn, though. I love From Dusk Till Dawn. And mostly, I'm going to tell you for as many reasons, but one of the things I loved about it is that in that movie, Quentin Tarantino's character, I hated his fucking ass. But I liked that Quentin was willing to be a deplorable ass character that people didn't like. The saddest part is you didn't like him, but you liked George Clooney. But they were both deplorable. But George Clooney's character actually had morals. He had some level of ethics and morals. His brother had none. The brother had none. And I appreciated that Quentin was willing to be that character instead of being a savior. I like that. It was like, oh, I can't stand his ass. When George Clooney punched him in that bathroom, I was like, and then told him, oh, you fell out. That's how you broke your glasses. That's not true. Oh, I love Cujo. Cujo is still a classic that I watch still to this day. Cujo is a great movie. But if you're a person that's scared of dogs, you shouldn't watch Cujo. Because it's going to fuck you up with dogs for the rest of your life. It's going to fuck you. Oh, no, you made him watch it. Why? Oh, no, not while camping. Why you scared that baby like that? Why you scared that baby like that? Cujo's a great movie. The book is better, but Cujo's a great movie. So is Cat's Eye, too. Don't have people watch Cat's Eye if they're afraid of cats. They'll never like them. They'll never like cats. He was a man in a dog costume. No. Sometimes it was a real dog, though, too. Sometimes it was a real dog. Stephen King's one of the few people. Because, see, back in the day, where horror movies, they used to love to remake Stephen King books as horror movies. Yeah, Pet Sematary is a good movie. But it can get emotional. When they lost their baby, oh, you can see the turmoil and the pain in that dad. And that dad was willing to do anything to make sure that, man, little Gage had my ass shook for years. Do you understand? When I would see that little boy and other things, I'd be like, leave that little boy alone. That little boy evil. Do you understand? When I would see that little boy and stuff, no ma'am. No ma'am. Hi, Daddy, I want to play with you. No, you're not going to play with me. Get your little ass on out of here. Oh, the book is very traumatizing. The book is worse than the movie as far as traumatizing you. All his books are always better than the movie. Dolores Claiborne, better than the book is better than the movie. That movie, okay, that movie is emotional too. That is an emotional fucking movie, Dolores Claiborne. That is a very emotional movie. I'm just like, everybody did great in that. Kathy Bates, Jennifer Lee, everybody did great in that fucking movie. Everybody. It was so yes, and the father. Oh my goodness, that guy has been in so many movies, and I've loved him in everything he's in except that. That I fucking hated him. I fucking hated him, and I loved that Vera told Dolores what to do without telling Dolores what the fuck to do. She was essentially telling Dolores, like, bitch, wipe your fucking tears and go handle that shit. Go handle that shit. Wipe your tears and protect your fucking daughter. Handle it. I'm going to give you the rest of the day off so you can go handle your business. I loved every minute of that shit. And I loved, because that happened, her and Vera became best fucking friends. Say it again. An accident, Dolores, can be an unhappy woman's best friend. Stop it. Listen, I loved that. And how they revealed that relationship between Dolores and Vera. Oh, that was so good. I hated the guy who had to play the cop, but he was good playing the cop. That was his job. That was his job. He did his job. But I told y'all, if you read Gerald's Game, which is another great movie, that was a Netflix movie. That was great. With my girl, Carla Sangiacomo. I love her. She's so gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. That's my girl right there. I watch anything Carla's in. Anything. Okay, because she's so pretty. So I watch anything with her. But, when you read the book, Gerald's Game, they reference Dolores Claiborne. I love how Stephen King ties his books into each other. So he references the scene when Dolores is outside during the eclipse running from Joe. Oh, that thing's so good. And they talk about Cujo in there too. Oh man, if you haven't read Gerald's Game, read it and watch the movie. I have never seen an author write about a person and a cup of water on a nightstand for multiple pages that captivated me in the way that it did. I haven't read the Dark Tower series, but I need to. Children of the Corn did scare me. Malachi! Oh, Children of the Corn scared the bejesus out of me when I was growing up. Those kids were good. Those kids were good. Those Children of the Corn kids. They were good, man. They were fucking creepy. Especially that brunette boy and the redhead. And it was like everything that redhead boy was in after that, it didn't fucking matter. I always saw him as one of those children from the corn. You slept with the lights on for a bit? Man, Children of the Corn was scary as fuck when we were growing up. That, even still today, when I drive by fields of corn, I be looking like, oh, I loved Creepshow. Oh, I loved Creepshow. Especially when that meteor came and Stephen King touched it. And then that green shit start growing all over him. I feel like Men in Black took from influence, the beginning of Men in Black took an influence from Creepshow. I always felt that. They just played it in a different way. But I felt like they always took from that. Oh, the roach room. Honey, let me tell you something. That scene with the man who didn't like roaches, that fucked my head up for decades. For decades. That fucked my head up. That roach, that last roach vignette. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's why still to today, like, look, ain't no roaches in my house, right? But if I see a roach even on the fucking internet, I think about that fucking Creep Show episode every time. That's one of the ones I showed it to my kids because my kids don't like bugs. Show that Creep Show to somebody you know that's never seen it. Please do. Please, Nat was the roach dude played by RFK. Please, please, please show that scene to somebody who's never seen it. You will laugh your ass off. I know, man. I just can't watch some roaches. I look at it, but the shit gives me the heebie-jeebies. Now, Arachnophobia, I love. I can watch that like it's nothing. I love movies like that. Again, I'm one of those people. I love movies like that. I'm a creep like that. I love shit like that. Like Eight-Legged Freaks. Oh, I love that shit. I loved Eight-Legged Freaks. That was a great fucking movie. I love Joe's Apartment with them singing roaches, and they had dance routines. Yeah, I love Imitation of Life. I never saw a remake of it. I only have seen the original. That shit make you cry. Now, that's another one that makes you cry. That is another one that makes you cry. The Fly, I like The Fly. The Fly is good. I seen Human Centipede one time. My daughter keeps saying, you know, I'm kind of intrigued to watch it. You go right ahead. I'm not going to watch it with you. I saw it once. Once was one too many times. Can I be honest? Human Centipede, the writing isn't good enough to justify the gore. So for me, I'm not willing to sit through that shit again because the writing ain't good enough for that. To me, it's somebody was sitting around going, you know, I would love to write a story. Yeah, let's do a story like that. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, it's not a good movie. I have never seen Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag. Never heard of it. I might have to watch that. The Fly had given me a fly complex. Really watching how they eat. Wow, okay. You think Human Centipede is from South Park? Could be. But I just couldn't. I watched it once. I did finish it. But I was like, this shit was just disgusting to be disgusting. Like, you got to give me something else besides that. I don't mind gore, but it has to be gore with a purpose. Like Hostel, I can watch Hostel by sitting eating a sandwich. It don't bother me. Because frankly, the writing is really good in Hostel. One of the reasons why I liked Hostel was the writing was good. And it was believable. That it don't take much to trick men into doing stupid shit. Throw a couple pretty women in front of them. It's a wrap. You throw a couple of pretty women in front of them, it's a wrap, man. Yeah, I remember It's Alive. I used to love that movie too. Bad Seed. I saw somebody say earlier, The Good Son. Loved that movie. Loved Macaulay in that with his bad ass. Macaulay can play bad people. People just don't like to give Macaulay Culkin a shot. But Macaulay Culkin, he was good in The Good Son. He was evil as hell. Evil as hell. And nobody expected it. And that little boy, I think it was Elijah Wood was in that. I think it was Elijah Wood, right? That little boy kept trying to tell everybody. Oh, so Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag is with Joe Pesci. Ah, okay, I'll have to watch that. I'll have to watch that because I've never seen that movie. I've never seen that movie before. I told you guys I gotta find the title of that devil movie for y'all to see about the devil who had a one night stand in a bar with a chick and had a baby with the chick. And he didn't help raise the baby, but the mama had always told her daughter, you know, who her father was. I don't think she ever told her daughter that her father was Satan or one of the angels of death. I'll say it like that. And how she went to go live with her daddy. That movie is good because it's a comedy, but it's a thriller horror thingy too. But I can't remember the name of it to save my life. When I remember again, I will let you guys know what it was when I remember it again. But I have seen so many movies. It's hard for me even to remember how many movies I've seen. I told you I love to watch movies. So make sure that y'all go over to the Patreon today and put in your suggestions for movies for August. Real talk, for movies for August. So that we can, because I'm going to put up the poll today. I'm going to tell you one more Stephen King movie that I really like, Needful Things. I love that movie. The book was better, But that movie, oh, it was great. They did a great job of doing great work with Steven's stuff. The Seventh Sign was good too. I've seen that as well. Beyond the Door, let me look at that one. I don't know if I've seen it because it doesn't sound familiar to me. So let me see what it looks like. Beyond the Door. No, I don't think I ever seen that. That's an old school joint. Okay, I'll have to watch that. 1974? No, never. No, because I would remember it. That cover, that video cover don't look familiar to me. So I'm going to watch that. A Clockwork Orange is another movie I like. It's going to make you very uncomfortable, though. It's going to make you very uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, don't watch that shit. That's real shit. That's real shit. I haven't watched Dr. Sleep. I haven't watched that. I need to. I haven't watched that. Have you seen The Town That Dreaded Sundown? No, I haven't seen that either. I've seen Rosemary's Baby. But I haven't seen The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I'll have to watch that too. Because I've never seen that. Yeah, I've never seen that before. I like a lot of the older stuff. Because the older stuff, a lot of times, I've seen Angel Heart, can be a lot better than the newer stuff. Especially from a writing, character development, cinematography, all those things. The older movies tend to be a lot better. Because with these younger movies, like these recent movies now, people... Okay, can I ask a question for Beyond the Door? Which one am I supposed to be looking at? Okay, it's the original. Okay, they didn't remake it. No. I thought they remade it. I was about to say, I don't want to see no remake. So I'll look at the 1974 Beyond the Door. Ain't nothing beating The Omen with Lil Damien. That little boy had me fucking shook. Had me fucking shook. I know I'm not the only one that was shook by Little Damien. That little boy was creepy. He was very well casted for that movie. But that movie scared the shit out of me. The Omen was another one that had me rocked. Yeah, The Omen was a scary ass fucking movie. Very scary movie. But I watched it, but that shit was scary. You say it still creeps you out? Sure, you can ask a question, Deborah. Yeah, I remember the Omen. And The Omen, too. That was back when they was making movies hell of a lot different. Yeah, Poltergeist got me. They're here. Poltergeist was good. I like Poltergeist 2 as well, though, because I like God is in his holy temple. Listen, that fucking preacher scared the shit out of me. Why won't you let me in? Come on, let me in, man. I did see Dark Shadows. That was good. I did see that daytime vampire soap. That was pretty good. That was funny. It had some funny moments, but that was a good series. I'm just like, I don't play that shit. Poltergeist 2, I watch it every time it comes on, especially when he drinks that worm in the tequila bottle. You know that's still why today I don't fuck with that shit. Ever since I saw that scene in Poltergeist 2, he drinks that whole tequila and then he drank the worm and then he threw up and then that worm came out, that big ass fucking worm, and then it crawled out the room. No ma'am. I saw that shit as a child and was like, And I have never, ever done that because of that movie. That movie fucked me up. Some movies will just forever scar you. What is wrong with the Democratic Party bowing down to Trump? Oh, dang, I didn't get to finish. No. We didn't want to block Deborah. Well, maybe we did. Look, she only had 365 followers. No, you did the right thing, Maud. You did the right thing. That's what I get for trying to have that conversation. Thank you for keeping me honest. Because I was about to go in there with her when that's not a place I need to go. That's not something I need to do. That chicken scene in front of the mirror in Poltergeist still fucks with me. Still fucks with me because the light changes color and then he just starts digging. When that meat starts moving on the counter, when that meat starts moving and then it pops open and then the maggots come out, listen, Linda. And back then we had practical effects because they had some special effects, but it wasn't going to be like you see now. They had to figure out how to do that shit. And I never forgot that scene with the steak and the maggots and that chicken. Negative. I've seen House. That was pretty good. I've seen that. They did catch me in a vulnerable moment, Kira. It won't happen again. Won't happen again. It will not happen again. So I know we're having all this movie discussion talk, but don't forget to go over to the Patreon and write down your suggestion in the movie post for a movie for this month. Because this post is going to close today, and then I'm going to move over to doing the poll. So just don't forget about that. Because we're going to have a great time doing that damn movie. Like, no, it won't happen again. Said Friday the 13th, mom was under the bed. Yeah, Friday the 13th was good. It messed with you. I crack up at so many people not really knowing who the killer was in the first one. Because I'm like, then you weren't paying attention. Because Jason didn't come along until the second one. That's when he started doing stuff. But the first one was all his mama. All his mama. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all something else about... Hold on, let me switch the image. So y'all can be reminded of this. Because I know you're reminded every time you go to the grocery store. I just want to remind you, right, that wholesale vegetable prices have rose 38.9% in July. It's the biggest jump on record. So, great job, Donald Trump. He's bankrupting MAGA faster than anybody else could. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Clive Barker has great movies. Always did. We will tear your soul apart. Listen, Hellraiser is still the shit. Do you understand? Like, I'm not interested in seeing anything new out of Hellraiser. Because there's no fucking way that you can do better than that fucking original. It's just no way. And I know some people watch it and go, this shit is corny and campy. That's part of the fucking charm. That's part of the charm. Duh. But Hellraiser 2, it is no way they can do better than the original Pinhead. It's no way. Because now bro probably big as a pincushion. So it's just no way. I have a hard time believing that there's any way possible to do that. Now, I could be wrong. Just like when they did the new It and Skarsgård, I think that's how you say his name. He did a fabulous job as the clown. He did a fabulous job as Pennywise. That motherfucker was creepy. That guy plays bad really, really well. That Skarsgård guy, oh, he's good at playing bad. I love people who are good at playing bad. And he leans into that shit. He loves it. And I love that he loves it. So he did do good as Pennywise. I just don't know if I want to see a new Hellraiser. Stop playing with me. You know I like Phantasm, Russ. I like Phantasm and Phantasm too. That shit scared me growing up. If you didn't get scared from Phantasm movies, I just don't. You built different. You built different. Them Phantasm movies were creepy as hell. I remember them movies. See, I told y'all, my mother loved horror movies. So even as young kids, even if we were scared, we had to watch that shit with her. So that's how we became lovers of horror movies. Because we too also came to a point that it was just like, it became normal just to watch that shit. Yeah, Trump claimed Kamala would turn it into a third world country, but the only people that ever would turn America into a third world country are Republicans, because their policies always bankrupt American families. I love Alien. Alien's a great movie. Alien 2. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite remakes of Alien, Alien vs. Predator. Alien vs. Predator was a great fucking movie. Alien vs. Predator was a great movie. I enjoyed every minute of that shit, and I wanted those people to get got. That's what the fuck they get for going down there, disturbing ancient areas, starting shit. So my heart bled peanut butter. They deserved it. I'm glad the only one he saved was Sanaa Lathan. I knew he was going to save her anyway, because when you look at the Predator, I am convinced the Predator's a brother. I'm convinced the Predator's a brother. He got locks, broad shoulders. You see them thick ass quads? That's a brother. And he saved the only sister. That's a brother. And he marked her. And he gave her a gang tattoo. Right on her face. That's a brother. I remember me and my, because I have a friend. She's like uber pro-black, right? So she gonna find the blackness in everything, right? Honey, that was the conversation that she told me. She said, the Predator's a brother. If you see, girl, he's not from Compton, beloved. He's from another planet. You know, but I remember she went, so ever since then, that stuck with me. So anytime I see Alien versus Predator, I'm like, look at bruh. Look at one of our community folks. Every time I see it, Alien versus Predator. Alien versus Predator. That was a good ass movie. That was a good ass movie. So if you haven't seen it, I would watch it. I'm just looking because I saw something and I wanted to make sure that that made sense. Who needs to be a guest? Which one? Which one, Tiffany? You like that picture with the little $20 ground beef? It's rough out in these streets right about now. I'm not buying ground beef or any type of beef. I don't know anybody who is, but I'm not. See, I got plenty of what you call it? I got plenty of meat in my deep freezer. So I don't really need to do much else. Are you, y'all, I just saw the craziest shit. I just saw a boomer on a motorized scooter, right? Driving in the street, right? And he's driving next to somebody and he's keying their car. Oh, it couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. It couldn't have been me. Because I would have gotten, because the fact that you own a motorized scooter already means that you have mobility issues, right? I'm going to get out of that car, right? I'm going to get out of that car. I'm going to whoop your old ass and I'm going to fuck your scooter up too. I'm going to ensure the only place where you're getting around is by crawling on your forearms. Couldn't have been me. The person that watched him key their car, I'm like, where we do this at? Once I see it the first time, oh, that's your ass, Mr. Postman? Are you kidding me? Nah, couldn't have been fucking me. I'm certainly not going to record it to put it on the fucking internet. You understand? Because it looked like to me that's a good way to get your ass beat, keying my fucking car. And you're not even supposed to be in the street on that fucking motorized scooter. So I would flatten all the tires on that bitch. I would break it up. I would break up all the engine. I would fuck his scooter up. So that every time he got to go somewhere, he remembers through all that pain and hurt when he trying to move around and he can't, he remembers who did it. It was me. I'm like, what the I'm sitting up here looking at this. I'm like, are you kidding me? And the fact that the person in the car, they recorded and put it on the internet. Man, y'all some fucking clowns. It couldn't be me. Certain things you will never see on the internet if it happens to me. You're going to have me come on and tell you about it, but you'll never see it. You understand? Because my first thing is not going to be to pull out my phone and record it. Nah, my first thing is going to be to whoop your ass. Then I'll do a video about it. Like what? What? I'm like, I just can't. I'm just like, I just can't do it. I'm just looking now. Now, I want y'all to hear something as we wrap up this morning. Now, y'all know Dr. Oz, another bullshit ass doctor, is a part of the Trump administration. And you know they're trying to destroy Medicaid, because they are, and Medicare. This is what Dr. Oz has to say about people on Medicaid. They swear y'all at home collecting free money. I just want you to know, these rich people swear you're at home, sitting on your ass, collecting free money. And that you need to be working. I want you to listen to this. Rosalind. Exactly. Oh, hold on. I didn't realize that my thing had downloaded. Get out of there. Close that. Okay, hold on. All right, now listen to Dr. Oz. This is how these people see folks on Medicaid.
Brings us to Medicaid. We just had Leader Jeffries on. I mean, the way Democrats talk about what was in that bill and the way Republicans talk about it, it almost seems like you're in a parallel or a different universe. They think Medicaid is being absolutely gutted. I mean, how do you respond to that? You need work requirements. Is the spending still going up over the next 10 years? Is it not? By trillions of dollars?
Joe, we're going to spend $200 billion more on Medicaid.
$200 billion, okay.
$200 billion more on Medicaid. And we have a program that had grown the Medicaid program 50% in its size in the last 5 years. So it's reprehensible to criticize the president on this, I think, very earnest effort to save Medicaid, to allow it to provide care to our most vulnerable. But you cannot use it in ways it was not designed. 60 years ago, when Medicaid was created, it was very clear it was supposed to be used for those at the dawn of their life, as Hubert Humphrey said, the children, those at the twilight of their life, the elderly, and those who are living in the shadows, the disabled. Those are the folks it was designed for. So every Democratic president and every Republican president has said that the...
Okay, so I'm not going to keep on playing because it's a pretty bit much a long video. So a rich guy again is saying, hey, people need to get off of that. See, these are rich people again. Dr. Oz has a shitload of money. He's not some working class guy. He in my humble opinion, he's a crook. He's like Dr. Phil. It's that same bullshit. They both like to shovel a lot of shit. You know? Your tax dollars pay for Medicaid. Trump isn't saving Medicaid. He's destroying it. He is destroying it. And they know exactly what they're doing, but they want to tell you, don't believe your lying eyes. Now, where y'all just heard this conversation happen, it was on CNBC. Now, this is why I tell y'all, all of this media, this big media, they're all about that bullshit. Okay? When I watch CNBC, CNBC ain't nothing but Fox News Light. Don't think because it has NBC on the end of it. When I turn it on today and watch that shit just for a few minutes and listen to these motherfuckers talk, all they care about is money. They don't give a fuck about you and me. They care about big businesses making fucking money. That's it. And this guy who was interviewing Dr. Oz, he's a hardcore Republican. So I find it very disingenuous for him to go, it's almost like it's two different bills. It ain't two different bills, bitch. You know you lying. And you know Dr. Oz is fucking lying. But he's never going to challenge him because this guy, the reporter on there, also stands to make a lot of fucking money off of the backs of you and me. Like I was getting a call and I'm like, no, I can't take that call right now. I got to I'll call them back as soon as I get off of here. Thank you all so much. Oh, I'm having a heat flash. Jesus, for being here with me today. But understand, they playing with y'all. They're still playing with you. If you like the discussion and the commentary we've had this morning, I've been here for 2 hours this morning, so it's time to start wrapping up. Look, I'm hungry. It's time to eat. It's time to eat. But if you've liked the discussion that we had here this morning, don't forget to check out the Straight No Chaser podcast. The link is in my bio. Check it out. We talked this week about immigration. Another episode will probably pop up tomorrow or Sunday. I got a note that's going to pop up for the Patreon members today where I talk about the whole Israel-Palestine thing because I can't talk about it on TikTok. I can't do that. But thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to check the Patreon today and go in there and talk about what movie you'd like to watch because I'm putting a poll up this evening. So remember to do that, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for the likes. We got 94,000 likes this morning. I appreciate that. So we as black people know how to heal ourselves. My dad was our doctor because I'm not scared of them. Say it again. Yeah, we gonna heal ourselves. We good for home old school remedies, okay? We famous for that because we didn't always trust doctors. Catch it. See, people forget that part. So I want to thank you all so much. Thank you for the likes this morning, the shares this morning, the gifts this morning. I appreciate it. And remember, you're not required to donate gifts to participate in this live. Only thing that I ask you to do is come in here, not troll, be a part of a real conversation, like and share. That's really the big thing. And check out my Patreon so you can listen to the podcast. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So I thank you so much for your support and going above and beyond. I do really appreciate that. Before I wrap up this morning, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters, right? Number 1, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, Russ. Number 2, beautiful Create Waves. Number 3, beautiful Tamar. Number 4, beautiful Kiana Black. Number 5, beautiful Living Life. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Lori. Thank you all so much. I will be back on here live this afternoon, live at 5 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll see you then. And I know you're going to have a great day. I ain't going to say I hope. I know you're going to have a great day. Thank you so much, Sanopa. And I can't wait till that grandbaby comes and you start sharing stuff about that grandbaby. I can't wait to see you light up about that. That's going to be an awesome time. Thank you all so much. I will see you back on here live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you, don't let nobody live rent-free in your head. Don't feed the trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you're consistent. And I'll be putting up the live for this morning on YouTube as well for those of you who missed it so you can enjoy it. Peace out. I'll see you later on this afternoon.